Smith and Timothy Braheni. We shift gears now into the 5th and 6th playoff, and that's not an error on your screen. Korea outside the top 4, which is unusual. They'll take on Chinese Taipei, who upset the United Arab Emirates in the plate semi-final 24-19, and Korea beat the Philippines 19 points to 7, and they've set it up here for the 5th and 6th playoff. Chinese Taipei, surprising to see Liu Ta-Ming on the bench, number 6. He's been dynamic, but one of their stars is number 5, Wang Po-wei, also on the bench, looking perhaps to bring them on later in the match. And while it hasn't been a very cheerful tournament for Korea, they got so much potential, they have not reached it, and they've got, again, their big names on the bench. Jiang Songmin, referee Chu Shengang from China, has the whistle. And, well, is this another step forward for Chinese Taipei, who have shown some real guts in good performances against Sri Lanka yesterday, narrowly going down in pool play, and then beating UAE. Can they rattle the Koreans here?
Well, good opportunity for them to do it if they can. It's a good opportunity for Korea to get their mojo flowing, to be honest.
Kokolad, Lee Jai-bok, he's trying to have a skipper's knock, and they get on the outside with Kim Hyun-soo, and almost casual, and he does the job, and he does it nicely. That's a good finish. Pretty simple stuff from the Koreans. First try of the series for him, and it was Lee Jai-bok drawn past, sucking in 2 defenders.
Well, fairly easy first up effort. And Andre Kokolad, well, he really has turned the corner, hasn't he? Full-fledged 7th player.
Appointed himself to take this, and he's bent it round to the right there. Not a bad effort from the big forward.
Well, it'll take a lot of confidence. He'll probably take the next one too now. Probably feel like he's established himself.
Normally it'd be the skipper Lee Jai-bok with the kicks. Here he is with the ball now. Chinese Taipei with their first touch. Just going at the Korean defence as hard as possible through Lin Tung-hui. That's a nice pass. A little change of direction, speed. Kokolad over the top. He won the ball too. No daylight. No release. Chinese Taipei working their way upfield. Here's Sun Wei Chiang. Can he scoot out? Oh, that was a try. Scoring opportunity. Instead, it's going to be Korea who surge downfield. This man's got some wheels too. It's Kim Yong-hwan. And against the run of play, they've seized a chance here, the Koreans. And they've dot down try number 2.
Yeah, pretty nifty work, wasn't it, from Korea? Able to immediately turn that turnover into points, and that's a nifty bit of work there. That's some great footwork.
Lee Jai-bok gains back the ball for the conversion. He got there a little bit earlier than Kokolad, who had 50 metres to run to take that one. Wasn't interested. Extra 2 takes it to 12-0. Lights are on at the stadium. 4 matches remaining today. 3rd and 4th playoffs, men's and women's cup finals, all to come. Stay with us. Great having you with us around the world. Asia's premier 7 series, leg 2, here at the Olympic Stadium in Hoi-Jo. It's been some fascinating rugby this weekend, some upsets, some heroics, and there's more to come. Look at this, Chinese Taipei just faffing around there with the ball on the grass. They do look rather desperate, the Koreans, to not let this one get away on them. There's pride at stake. Here come Chinese Taipei. Oh, lovely pass wrapped around the back, and did well to take it, did Lin.
Very well.
Had to change direction in mid-air to try and pull it in. Trying to stretch the Koreans here. They look a little bit tasty when they get wide. And they've got some finishers, got some sprinters. We saw in that plate semi-final the 2 finishers come on and do the job with 3 tries, 4 unanswered tries against UAE late in the game, the second half. Lin tries to angle back in, but he's shunted out, and after all that, they get rather cheaply pushed over the sideline. Promising stuff though from Chinese Taipei. Good hands, good flowing stuff, but well marked up by the Koreans.
Well, there'll be things starting to seize up on people all over the place at the moment, probably in parts that a few of these guys didn't know existed. It's a grueling form out of the game, let alone having to play 5 games of it in this kind of heat. Still some shadows out there, be feeling pretty nice at the moment.
Couple of high shots on Kim Yong-hwan, gets under them both. Now their turn to stretch across the field. Yu Chul-kyu onto the halfway. Kim Guang-min out to Kokolad. Lee Jai-bok tries to get it away quickly. Good tackle by Lin. Probably the last play of this first half as Kim Guang-min tries to get away. Does get away. Kim Hyun-soo. And they bundle him across the touchline there. And so Korea with a couple of early tries. One of them definitely against the run of play, but they lead Chinese Taipei here. 12 points to 0 at the half in the 5th, 6th playoff.
Well, viewers at home will see that after 7 minutes, 12 points towards Korea. Both of these teams look literally out on their feet. It's such a big effort to keep pouring out the performances here. Here's the opening try. And in the end, far too big and far too strong was Kim. And so Korea kept playing on. The second try, that's a great bit of footwork there by number 11, Young Hwan Kim. He trotted off towards the posts, and that would have made all the difference there. The 2 tries is a big gap to have at the end of the day here. As Chinese Taipei come back, and well, they'll be calling up whatever energy, whatever spirit they have left. And they'll be looking forward to getting through this 7 minutes almost as much as this group of men will be looking forward to get through the next 7 minutes. They'll be into an ice cold shower, change of clothes, and off to the hotel buffet. Some tired looking people out on pitch at the moment. These athletes have just been letting it rip all weekend.
Okay, ready? Captain! Okay.
Lee Jai Bok to get us underway. Most of these guys you'll see playing in the Asia Rugby Championship. Lee Jai Bok is a fullback. We didn't see Coquillard in the ARC this year, but there's a limited pool of players for them to choose from. Like a lot of these nations, possibly only Hong Kong and Japan that do have specialist 7 sides. Away comes Lee Kuan Yeung, Chinese Taipei. If they can make these tactical substitutions and give themselves a shot. Here we go, streaming through. They're trying to sandwich the man, give him the Malachi crunch, and Lee Jai Bok gets it over. It'll be a 5-metre scrum. And that's a good start from Chinese Taipei, injecting some energy into this final 7. They're fit. They might be fitter than the Koreans. There's 3 or 4 of them with their hands on their knees right now. There we go.
Blue, number 2. Out. Blue.
Hang on. Here comes Huang and Zhou. Semi-final. Held up over the line.
往前一点，往
Point
前一
blank
点，
range.
往前一点。 Coach!
Lai
Bye.
Huang to feed.
Set!
Lai to feed. Goes well. Scoots around the outside. And they seize the moment here. Hang on. It's no try. They've been penalised, Chinese Taipei. Pulling the scrum around. And Coquillard steps up and says, I'll just take over here. Punts that downfield, and he was a little bit hesitant whether he'd made it. He bounces it across the line. He's in charge right now. And in back play, you see the appeal, the protest from the Koreans.
Not a bad touch finder from the big man.
Yeah, having power in the legs after a couple of days. It's like John Eales kicking that conversion, the Bledisloe match against the All Blacks. To step up after 80 minutes and nudge something over. A lot more difficult than you feel, than you might think. Here he goes again, Coquillard. He's fit. Missed out of leg 1. Was just coming back from injury. Kim Yong-hwan. Lee Jai Bok throws up a real dangerous pass there. That could have been intercepted. Went forward. Interesting call. Chinese Taipei, one feels like they're bringing some energy to the second half. Here's Huang Po Wei. He's on the field. He'll make something happen. If he gets his mate on, Liu Ta Ming in 6, they could really do something. Impact players. Korea also have some superstars on the bench. I'm not sure if they're injured or not. Jang Jongmin, Jang Xiongmin.
Set!
In fact, I don't see any Koreans on the bench at all, Jed. The bench is empty. I think they're playing with 7 players here. They've got 1 player on the bench. So they might have gone home early.
Yeah, they don't seem to have a lot of numbers down there, do they?
Okay, mark that.
Unless someone's
Mark.
leaked the phone number to Craig Chan's hairdresser and they've shot through. Well, I think you're probably right, Booze.
we didn't see them in the semi-final either. We hadn't looked down to the bench.
Perhaps there's something foul in the state of Korea.
Mysteriously gone missing. So they've got no one to come on. Chinese Taipei have brought on fresh legs. Players that could make a difference. Kokwalad and Co are going to have to see this one out, and a try here could see them on their way. 2.5 minutes remaining. One more here will probably do the job. Here goes Huang. He's the one sub they had, and he's on, and he's going to make the difference. And what a run from the big front rower. Huang and Zhou injects himself, and that's a tidy little try from the big forward, second in the series.
He's pulling in the big gulps. You're surprised the eyes sort of get cast towards the bench. Look at that, the end on the way. Too much pace. He's done the next one as well. Beautiful stuff. Big frame of a man, isn't he? And a poster.
Good on his feet too, the big man.
So they've hung tough here, Korea. If they've done this on the equivalent of an oily rag, really, haven't they?
They're going to sneak over the finish line with a 5th spot. Lee Jai Bok has left the field. Here we go. There's a kick and toe through here. Look at the pace coming on. There's 2 white shirts.
Look at him go.
Oh, and he's hungerously gone in for the miracle pickup. Would have been spectacular if he got it. But instead, nasty old rugby ball has thwarted him.
Inside the final 60, look at this. Oh, dear. Oh, it's a horrible thing, isn't it? We've seen it made a mockery of quite a few people this weekend. The oval ball. Time for almost one final play for Korea. Maybe they'll just want to tuck it up the jumper and be done with it. Who can tell? The Chinese Taipei, they. We just like them to steal one at the death. Here's a go from Korea.
Creeping up to the hooter now. Is there a will to go full length of the field by Korea? They've certainly done more than enough to seal this one. They probably have very little interest in running down the field. They're going to tap and kick it out. That's what they do. There's no real celebration. There's no glory in taking 5th spot, but at least they have done that, because Chinese Taipei would have loved to have finished 5th. And they've done well to get themselves off the bottom. And they're in serious threat of relegation, so it's been a big weekend for Chinese Taipei.